Jeffrey, you served as president of NAMLIFA for the term 1990 to 1992. And what were your plans for NAMLIFA when you took over the president's post?
The first thing I wanted to do at that time is to stop the commission being cut. At that point, when I took over the presidency, commission was supposed to be cut from 60 to 40%. So my primary purpose was to protect the cutting of the commission. And in return, we spoke to the regulators and all those parties involved, and we were successful at that. At the second point in time, we actually get involvement into government regulation. Now, I came back from the United States of America, and I realized the NALU, which is equal to our NAMLIA at that time, had political action committee, where they have been politically lobbying with the government. And this is where I came up with the idea of involvement with government institutions, as well as political lobbying. So by political lobbying, we get close with the political master, we bring them to our function, we let them understand our role, and because of that kind of connectedness, we were quite successful in doing, in defending our system of commission structure. The third project which I wanted to do very much was MDRT spoken here. At that time, MDRT was not such a big name. People doesn't heard about $1 Million Roundtable, what's that all about. So we organized seminars throughout the whole country, East and West Malaysia, and each seminar was attended by 2,000 to 3,000 participants on a workshop basis. And it was very popular, and we became branded. It was with the marketplace as well. People knew of us because of those seminars. And the fourth major project which I did during my term as president is to we founded Asia Pacific Life Insurance Council, APLIC. We decided that we need an organization greater than NAMLIFA at that time. We needed to get together the Asia Pacific countries. And we started with Singapore and a few members, we founded APLIC. And today, APLIC is a big name in the industry. And of course, following from that, we also bring in APLIC to Malaysia to organize the second APLIC Congress, which was one of the biggest congresses we have ever in Malaysia at that time. So those were the few major projects which we did when I come in.
And what were the challenges you and your council faced during your term in office?
The first thing is the protection of the agency system. Now, the agency system comprised the last bastion of the free enterprise. Now, typically, a Malaysian who have limited education will find it difficult to make it in Malaysia. To start a business will cost them money, they need capital, loans, and so on. So life insurance provided an opportunity for them with their limited education. If they are prepared to work hard with diligence, and some basic intelligence, they really can make it to the top.
Right.
And of course, my second project was also to strengthen the financial base of NAMLIFA. And we decided that we need an office of our own. So I started to raise funds for our office building. And by the time my term expired, we were able to have the own premises in place by the next president.
And were you satisfied with your achievements as president, and what was your most satisfying achievement that you are proud of?
To maintain the commission structure at 60%. Now that is very important to us. And then involvement in governmental institutions. And I remember after that we were represented in the MII board, and also political lobbying. A lot of ministers, a lot of politicians know us, and we are becoming a household name. At that time, we call it a branding. We branded ourselves not just only to the insurance industry, but to the political master, as well as to the public, to know who we are. At that time, I think that NAMLIFA was really a household name.
Right. And after 34 years, how relevant is NAMLIFA today, based on its founding principles of safeguarding agency system, benefits, and also professionalizing the agents?
The role of NAMLIFA will always be there, simply because when people still die, when people get old, when people still get married, when people still love one another, the need for life insurance is there. So therefore, NAMLIFA role will always be there. Now, the way we're going to move forward is we have to look at SRO, self-regulatory organization. We have to self-regulate ourselves so we can actually provide better service to the policyholders, to the consumer at large. If you don't self-improve, you will self-destruct. And this organization, for us to do well, have to attract the best talent the agency force have to offer. Now, the organization need to adjust to the changing landscape by engaging talented members of the agency force and form think tank group to spearhead the strategy direction for this organization. We need to adapt or we will die. We need to reposition ourselves as a premier organization serving our client in the most professional way using best practices. And we have to continue to attract talented members. And I already explained talented members meant people who are energetic, people who have basic intelligence, and people who have the courage to speak up on their causes.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff. And as you know, Dr. Jeff, we have about 80,000 of our agents in the industry. And what would you be telling this and telling this agent and suggesting to NamLIFA to be a formidable association in future?
Get involved. You got to get involved in the organization, wherever you are working, whatever industry you are working. If you are in the life insurance industry, you must get involved in NamLIFA, because the cost of involvement is far cheaper than the cost of non-involvement. If you are not involved, people will dictate what happened to you, your lifestyle, your benefits. So you got to get involved with the organization. Another thing is actually to strengthen the NamLIFA leadership. Now, leadership is very important. An organization grows from the top down, and the organization dies the same way, from the top down. Therefore, let's get the leadership right, and then improve the attraction and the prestige of NamLIFA to the members at large. Now, when we promote actually $1 Million Roundtable at that time, of which I was the zone chairman, the idea was to attract members. So if your association is deemed a prestige organization, people will want to join. I remember at the point when I was the president, there are a lot of members joining in. We didn't have to promote very much because we were already a household name. We appear regularly in the newspaper and the mass media. And this is important. Get good strengthen the leadership. Remember that that's very important. And get involved.
And what advice can you give to the future leaders of NamLIFA? Future leaders.
So this question was quite similar to the one.
Yeah, quite similar.
You want me to give the future leaders? We say about strengthening the leadership, attracting talent. Yeah, quite similar,
Yeah.
We're attracting the talent,
Yeah.
the right talent. That means to say, first the leadership has to be strong.
Strong.
It need not be, actually association need not have a lot of members, Association need to be, actually have a strong leadership. Now, for instance, let me give you an example. Fomka, he don't represent everybody in Malaysia, but when they talk, they actually represent the whole of Malaysians on the consumer side. So a strong leadership is very important. Look at the Bar Council. Not everybody is a member of the Bar Council, but the few strong leadership can bring the association to great heights. So I think, that's why we talk about that already, isn't it?
Yeah. Dr. Jeff, lastly, what advice can you give to the future leaders of NamLIFA?
My advice to them is we come to an industry like this to serve and not to be served. And remember, if you grow because of somebody, help somebody to grow because of you. And it's in the serving that you grow to be a better person along the way.